choice for them.
"43 Alpha Tango 113 Australia, 9 Alpha Tango 791. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, you're sounding good out there. I just got in back in the radio room. Just had dinner, got back in here, and heard you out there, so I had to wave at you.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, buddy. You're doing a great job. Haven't looked at the meter, but coming in plenty good. Yeah, I just finished lunch, midday meal ourselves. Just started raining again outside, so in for a bit of precipitation this afternoon.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's why this is such a nice hobby on the lousy days out there when the weather's not so nice and you don't want to be outside. Well, you can talk to your friends all over the world. It's raining here. It's a wet one here today. Currently 9.2 degrees Celsius out there, and I can hear the rain on the metal roof here on my little radio shack, QSL.
Is the roof lined? Is it lined, your roof? Maybe it's, no, I don't think it'll be. A lot of our roofs here are corrugated on, so it can get pretty noisy sometimes.
Yeah, it's corrugated metal, and this radio shack is about 40 feet away from the house. It's a little 8x8 radio shack, fully insulated, and has a heater in here. It's really nice, actually. It's kind of cozy.
You thought it all out well, man. You have it all insulated. We have it insulated, a lot of those sort of things as well, but it's to keep the bloody heat out of.
Yeah, we don't have that problem. Well, in the summertime, but here at this time of the year, the wintertime, it's really nice. Just put a tiny little heater in here. And besides, my wife kind of kicked me out of the house. My radio room used to be in the house, but she got kind of sick of me talking, making too much noise. I talked too loud, and it would upset her if she's trying to have quiet time in the living room. I'd be up in my radio room, and she could hear me. And then we have an accommodation down below, because she has accommodations, and that didn't work very well. So she says, guess what? I'm moving you out to that shack out there. We're going to call it your radio shack. I said, I don't want to go out there. She says, no, you're going out there. So anyway, it took some time to get me out here. I wanted to come out here, but you know what? Now that I've been out here a couple of years, I like it.
Yeah. Our daughter spent some time, a year and a half ago for a few months here. Relationship breakup. Anyway, she come home, she's in the late 20s, and anyway, she was at home for a while, so I had to move to a little room under the house, and it's kind of damp down there. And it was kind of cold sometimes as well. It was through winter time, and anyway, you make do, I may do. A couple of snakes went past my feet. Things like that to keep you awake, Joe.
That'll keep you awake, especially if it's one of those darn brown snakes. Be careful down there. You don't want to get bitten while you're shooting DX there, my friend, QSL.
Yeah, I got a video somewhere. I was on the radio, one of these. It was just a little whip snake, and anyway, when you first get that recognition of one of them things near your feet, you just naturally just recoil, and until you recognise what the snake is. Just little things like that. I had another snake behind the radio here. I used to be a bit dusty down there, and so I always covered all the radio gear every time I wasn't in use. And so one morning I came in and took the cover off, and there was another snake crawled up behind the tuner of it.
It probably likes it maybe in there because of the heat or something, the warmth. And well, they're reptiles, so they like to be warm. That's funny. Well, as long as they're not poisonous ones, because I know Australia does boast. They got some pretty deadly snakes there, QSL.
Yeah, some deadly ones down here, mate. We've seen enough of them. We've got plenty around here too. But so down there, I didn't have. No, they weren't bad. No browns, no red belly blacks or anything like that. So I was lucky. But anyway, I'm back in that. Well, it's the daughter's old room. She's got a house in town now she bought, and so I'm back in here. It's now the radio room. We've only got a little cottage. It's not very big, but we've got a bit of land, small acreage here. So I've got a bit of room to swing a cat outside, but not inside.
That's the type of place I like. I'd rather have room outside and less room inside. I like space around me. I don't need a big space inside. You know what I mean? I'm in there to sleep, and that's about it. So I like this little cozy 8x8 Radio Shack. It does me just fine. I don't know. I see these guys build these big monster houses for two people to live in. I see these houses. Some of them are 7,000 square feet, and there's two people in it. To me, it's just a big waste of space.
All the young'uns, I mean, it's a good sized house when all the young'uns are home, but it's all left the nest and just mum and dad there now. It's a bit big, but my mother half folks live about 30 minutes from us, and they are now realising that the house I've got is pretty bloody big just for the two of them now, so they're considering downsizing, which will be a bit of a learning curve for them. Monty's dad, Charles, he does a lot of machine work down to the house. He's got all lathes and all sorts of things down there, so not sure what's going to happen there.
Yeah, well, that's like us, me and Wendy. Wendy and I, my wife, we're thinking about it too, because I'm 60. I'm going to be 61 at the end of this month. She's 65. And she said, you really want to go through a big moving experience and a downsize when you're 80 years old? I mean, 80 years old, I mean, that's not that far away. It creeps up pretty quick. So we're actually talking about that downsizing, getting something smaller and moving over to the Big Island, moving over to Vancouver Island, which is right beside our island. So, and there's more amenities over there. You got to remember, I'm on Salt Spring Island, a smaller island here, and there's way less amenities and everything here is really expensive because it's a smaller island. So that's our plan in the near future, is to sell, pack our stuff up, and go over there. So I said, well, where will my radio room be? And she goes, I'll find a spot for you, maybe in the garage.
The thing you got to question is, we're so used to having your space, you know. Myself and Monty have been together, I don't know, 35 years or something, and I'm 63, and anyway, we have our own property out in the sticks. We met in the city. We're both working nightclubs and pubs and shit. And anyway, but ever since we've been together, we've had property out in the middle of nowhere. So we're used to that now for the last 30 odd years. And so whether you can handle somewhat, you know, I'd be more inclined to think about first, just maybe unloading a bit of stuff that's just sitting around. Well, you can let me know how much acreage you got. I've got 4 acres here, just 4 acres, right? So maybe another way is to just unload crap, you know, you got lying around, just so it's simplify what you've got of it.
That's what we've been doing too. You know, I sold a bunch of stuff a few years ago we didn't need. Like I had a big album collection, LPs, 700 or 800 albums. I'm still kind of kicking myself, but I never listened to them. They're just sitting there collecting dust. So I sold them. There's a bunch of stuff we had. We had some garage sales, and then we cleaned up a bunch of stuff, took it to the garbage dump. We have 2 acres here, 2 acres, and we're out in the boonies too. I've always lived in rural areas. The last place I had was 5.1 acres before this. So I've been at this place 32 years, and I was at my last place because I was there when the kid, I moved there when I was 12 years old with my parents in 1976. So I lived there for, just about 17 years. And, you know, I've always lived on acreage condos, so it'll be weird to sell this place eventually and move into like a subdivision where you got neighbors on top of you. And then that doesn't really tickle my fancy. I do like space around me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so you got to consider that because, you know, it could be a bit of a culture shock, so to speak, moving into where people are a little bit closer to your personal space. Anyway, so we keep things simple here, but I still somehow manage to accumulate junk, so I've got to get rid of some of that, and you know, it's all things we've got to consider as we get on with our lives, you know, older in our lives.
Exactly, and that's the way Wendy's thinking right now, and I don't feel 60, but you know what I mean? You start, time goes fast, and age creeps up faster, right? So, like you say, downsize, and that's what Wendy says too. We got too much stuff. We don't need all the stuff. You be more of a minimalist. Become more of a minimalist as you get older, because I don't want anything. Even when my birthday comes, the kids say, "What can I don't want anything for my birthday." Much rather just do something nice on the day, you know. Anyway, That's my way of doing it. That's fun. See, that's my idea of fun. I'm a biker too. I ride bikes. Wendy rides on the back with me. And I mean, back in the day, I always used to have dirt bikes, but I do ride a road bike. So we like to go for rides. She rides on the back, and we go off island, and we'll go for the day. But yeah, I agree. If I could not live in a subdivision, that would be the way to do it. So, or even get maybe an acre, downsize, or maybe a 3/4 of an acre in a rural area. So at least I have a little bit of land around me, because I don't want neighbors poking over my fence. And you know what I'm talking about. When I don't have any neighbors here, it's quiet.
Yeah, well, see, that's a huge consideration too. I mean, that peace and quiet is gold to me. We've watched this road here. It's, when we bought this place over 20 years ago now, we came from the Kimberley region in the northwest. And we bought this place, and this road was nowhere near as busy as it is now. It's like a blooming, it's gone nuts. It's become the main artery out to the coast, and so we got a lot of traffic noise and that. But other than that, it's quite peaceful. There are trees down between us and the road, and I've got a nice big garage. You know, I never had that up in the Kimberley so much, and so there's always pros and cons, Joel.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's what I do want, a garage. I want a double garage, so I can park our vehicles into my motorcycle and stuff like that. So anyway, it's eventually going to happen. I don't really know when, but when it does, I want a fairly good location for my antenna too, because I like to talk on this thing. So I don't want to be down in some deep valley somewhere. I'd preferably like to be up on some sort of hill with nothing blocking my signal, QSL.
Yeah, copy. What's your terrain like around your antenna now? I guess the island be somewhat flat over.
No, where I am, I'm 160 feet above sea level. Our island is very hilly and mountainous from one end to the other. The island is, in miles, it's about 16.7 miles long. I'm on the very northern point of the island, right beside the ocean. So I got ocean right across the street from me, and right on the other side of our house, it's probably maybe 3/4 of a mile away on the other side too. I can walk across street to the beach. So I'm in a really good spot. There's no obstruction here for my antenna, but other parts of the island, you get into these deep valleys and stuff, and it would be definitely different trying to get out. If you're trying to work DX, those big mountains and stuff can get in the way.
Yeah, I've got that problem in some directions. I'm amongst a small mountain range here. It's a lovely mountain range, but sometimes some directions are not so good for me. You just make the best of what you have. Up in the Kimberley, I had no obstructions at all. It was brilliant. I had a massive beam up there, and it was just all flat, and I was sort of near the coast. So I was near the equator, flat ground, near the coast. It was brilliant. I didn't realise what I had until you sort of try and set up somewhere else, Joel.
Yeah, I tell you what though, man, where you are you're getting out good. You're 20 over into the red. My last location before I moved here, I had a beam up as well on a 30-foot tower with 6 foot of mast. Nothing in the way. It was flat, and used to get out pretty good. I had a high gain quad. I had a full quad beam up there, 2-element high gain quad that worked pretty good. This one's just a 3-element flat side. It seems to work good. I got a straight shot to you from the North Pacific into the South Pacific. There's not too much in my way between you and I. There's just a lot of ocean there, QSL.
You always throw a good spark into me, receiver here, Joe. You do a good job, mate. I had no idea what your running antenna was, or maybe you told me. I've got a lousy memory. But the 3-alley works really good, and I just altered your 5 and 9 here, 59 easy. It's, your signal's increased from about S7 to 9 since I've been chatting, so working a treat, mate.
Yeah, yours as well. Yours was 7 and 9, and you're 20 over now. Like, just literally slamming in super loud audio. The audio is unbelievable. Even if you didn't put a signal out, I would hear your audio. That's how loud it is.
Just circumstances, mate. Where the old DX crumble, everything falls, I guess, on the day. Next day I won't get you at all. But that's the joy of it, man. If it was easy, it'd be boring, I keep saying.
I totally agree with you, man. That's what makes it part of the challenge, right? So it was crazy. I was had my beam pointed south today, and I was talking to a station in South America, and then I get back to a guy. You probably know he's 56 Delta X-ray 113 in Northern Europe in Finland, coming in off the back of the beam. Probably about 7 to 9 S units there, QSL. Yeah, Panu, man, he blasts in here. So I was reluctant to even turn my beam around because I've done that before, and then I end up losing the station. So I just left it where it was, due south, and QSO'd with him.
He always comes in here. I heard him last night, but he was a busy man, so I left him to it. But he always comes through here very well too. So we're expecting some big rains this afternoon. I've prepared a couple of things out the back there, a couple of sandbags and stuff. We've got that cyclone that's dissipated now, but it's a low floating around and dropping a heap of rain everywhere. So yeah, that's the forecast. It may not happen, but I always err on the side of caution up.
Yeah, you don't want any water seeping into your house, that's for sure. Well, hopefully nothing really pans out too serious. And yeah, sandbagging would be important if you're going to get a lot of rain. And, you're worried about water getting in. We're up on a knoll here. Like I say, everything will drain away from us. We're up on a rock, kind of. So, no, nothing's going to ever flood this place. I'll tell you, we're on a deep ravine on top of a knoll, and it goes down into a deep ravine. And there's a kind of a creek down there that goes into the ocean. So, I've never seen any flooding here on this island, but on the mainland, in lower areas after heavy rains, yep, there certainly can be flooding, QSL. That's good. That's a good place to be. And you're definitely in a good location to get out because you are slamming in. Anyway, I should roll. I don't want to tie it up too much longer. I'm going to get back into the house there and watch a few things. We got to change our clocks ahead tonight, 1 hour. So we lose actually an hour of sleep when we get up in the morning, which kind of sucks. But the days are getting longer, which is a good thing. Anyway, hey, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. And like I say, you're always sounding Q5 on my end. And we'll be listening for you again. And you get that sandbagging done and don't hurt your back. Those things can be heavy. 43 Alpha Tango 113 Australia. 9 Alpha Tango 791. Wave until next time. I got an 88 cubic inch Heritage Softail Harley. And I had 2 Harleys. I just sold one of my other ones beginning of... actually, I sold it on 9/11 last year. September 2024. I had a really nice customized Sportster, which was really good for our island. We live on a small island, so it was a really good bike. I had it for years, and I had it all customized, paint job, chrome, and everything. But anyway, wife said, you know what? We're talking about downsizing. She says I don't need 2 bikes, so hey, I only have 1 bike now. What's that? I think it is. It's a 2004. Yeah, mine was a 2001 as well. Mine was a 2001 Hugger Sportster, so a little bit of a lower rider, but it was a beautiful bike, man. It was a carburetor, didn't have fuel injection, but hey, never had a problem with it. Super reliable bike. Oh my God, that's nothing. Mine had 32,000 on it. 32,000 K when I sold it. Still not too bad.
I took it for a ride first, and then I was riding it. I go, there's no way in hell Monty's going to like this. Anyway, she took it for a ride. She couldn't get the cheesy grin off her face.
That's cool. Yeah, my wife's got her motorcycle license too, but she just doesn't ride anymore. So she likes to ride on the back of mine. She actually used to work in a Harley shop years ago on the mainland there. But yeah, that's cool. That's a really cool bike. That's neat that your wife rides.
Yeah, man. It's toast my old Evo.
That's super cool, man. Yeah, I wish Wendy would want a bike, but nah, she's happy riding on the back of my Heritage Softail, and that's okay. I put on a little backrest for her there, a Harley Davidson backrest. She feels more comfortable with a backrest on it.
Oh, of course. Yeah, this boy came with a whole big toolbox of accessories, man. It's got two other seats. It's got the seat on it is a Mustang seat, and it has the option. It's got the little backrest for the rider facility as well. And I looked up that seat online once we got home from buying the thing. That seat alone is $1,300 in Aussie, mate.
Oh, I know, they're expensive. When I bought my Heritage Softail, it had a custom seat on it. So I'm looking for the stock seat. They're like used ones. They wanted $560, $600 for a used one. So I got the seat. I got a stock seat for it and put it back on. But because I want it all stock, just because when it's 25 years old, I can get collector's plates for it, and then the insurance goes way down. Right now, I'm paying over $1,000 a year to insure it. And when you get collector's plates, it'll be like less than $200 a year there, QSL.
Yeah, we all got to do these sort of things to try and keep costs down. We used to, here in Queensland, we had single rider registration, meaning, single rider, solo, you couldn't take passengers back then. So when we moved here from WA, we put the bikes on a single saddle, and got heaps better rego safeties. But about a year and a half ago, all governments are going broke, so they put the bloody thing back up, increased the cost to by 67%. So it's not much less than a dual seat now. But anyway, we've still got the single seat thing. There's no need for billions. Have both got our own bikes, so they don't want to be charging other people around, though.
Yeah, they want to make money. That's what it is. My Harley Sportster had a single seat on it, and then I put a small seat on the back if she wanted to go on the back with me, but it wasn't that comfortable for her. I mean, we used to ride around in a doubler, but it's much better with a Heritage Softail, bigger bike, and really comfy seat on the back there. So, but hey, man, sounds like you're having fun. I'll be licensing my bike pretty soon. Maybe in another month or so, I'll put it on the road. I like the weather to be really warm. I'm a warm weather rider. As I get older, I dislike cold weather, and I like warmth there, QSL.
That's totally understandable, mate. We're of course the opposite here. It's just entered autumn here, so this is the best time to ride. They're coming up, except for at the moment with a bloody cyclone. But autumn, winter is the best time for bikes here. Summertime's just too hot. It's just ridiculously hot. We go out sometimes. Actually, this summer we went out quite often. But very early morning, we're home again by 9:30. Go out to the coast or something, have a swim, and cold pizza and a Red Bull on the ocean, beside the ocean.
How nice is that? That is awesome. Yeah, no, when people do license their bikes, there's bikes on the road here year-round on our island. I used to be one of those guys, but when the air temperature is 7 or 8 degrees Celsius, the wind chill kind of sucks. When you got a wind chill and you're doing 60K, it feels a lot colder. So my big bike has a windshield on it, which is nice, and I can take it off if I want to take it off. But Wendy, when she's riding on the back, she likes that windshield on. It just deflects a little bit of the wind. But yeah, no, it'll be riding weather soon. I'm really looking forward to it. That's another one of my hobbies that I really enjoy there, QSL.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. We'll talk more about our travels on two wheels. So, in the meantime, mate, have a wonderful. What's the time there now?
Right now, it is 7, just about 7 p.m.
Oh, Oakley. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's 12:52 here. Like I said, I just finished lunch and Monty made me a brewed coffee and, yeah, so I'm feeling rather full and plush at the moment,
There you go. I just had pasta for dinner, and in the morning I have a nice latte. So there you go, man. You're living the life, the good life. Well, enjoy your day, and hopefully you don't get too much rain. And we'll be talking to you soon. I always enjoy the QSO with you, and I'll talk to you sooner and later. I'll be on here tomorrow. I'll be listening for you. I'm always up on 555 listening. 43 Alpha Tango 113 Australia. 9 Alpha Tango 791 waving.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Thanks for the good chin wag. It's my favourite. I can have a good chat instead of 5-9 and see you later. It's nice to have the chat. Thanks, Joe. All the best. 791 113.
Thank you, 113. That's why I don't go in those DX contests. I can't talk to somebody for 2 seconds.
No. Without being rude, contests are not my gig. 73, mate.
73.